Today we'll be talking about Manchester United and what happened on the other night, with it's being very close by their standards, which has been basically every game they played this season, always struggling, and two unlikely heroes got them valuable 3 points and possibly saved them from absolute humiliation and turmoil in the Champions League and keeping their European dream alive in the Champions League. And plus, well, we're also going to talk about the last video, Sandro Tonali, and announcing that he has been banned, and more of that will be coming later in the video. But before we get started, I just want you guys to like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel. We're on 6 subscribers. If we can get to 10 by next month, I know it's pretty low, but still, I'm gonna do more of these videos and news and just keep you updated. So without further ado, let's get started with what's going on at Manchester United. On Tuesday, the 24th of October, Manchester United played Copenhagen, a Danish side, in the Champions League. I was away abroad, so this is why I'm coming a little bit later. Let's talk about the first half. Boring. United should have gone 1-0 down. They hit the post within 10 minutes. Onana had to come up with a few saves. Basically, Onana cost Man United 3 points against Galatasaray. And that's how they lost. Not because it was mainly his fault, but that pass to Casemiro. Less said about that, the better. And also the Bayern Munich game. Yeah, he fumbled Sané's shots in. Yeah. So it has not been the best of times for Onana at United. So came up with a few saves. Man United did not create anything. No service to Højlund. Nothing. There's no creativity. I've seen a picture, like 21st minute. They had 3 defenders and 7 attackers. This is not the 90th minute. This is not chasing a winner or, getting an equaliser. This was the 21st minute of the game, 0-0. There's plenty of time and there's no supports. I'm going backwards and sideways, repetitive. And it's been like that all season, of how close United have been from losing to winning, mainly evidently against Brentford, where Scott McTominay scored 2 goals in the 90th minute to win the game, from being 1-0 down, most importantly. So now we'll come back on the second half. Amrabat has been taken off for Eriksen for half time, and United look more threatening. Ideally, I would have taken off McTominay, because I feel like Amrabat's more suited for the role. Helps get the ball back. He's a proper CDM. McTominay, you don't know, because he's mainly now an attacker. Scoring 3 goals in the last 3 games, to tell you the truth. So United get more threatening. Eriksen's shot got saved. Rashford had a horrible touch, 1-on-1. So the one-on-ones have been pretty off. Garnacho the other night against Sheffield United was, 90th minute, 1-on-1. You have to score them chances. No defender around you, and he dragged it so wide. Honestly, dragged it so wide, but I saw it coming. He needs to learn from that. But now the 70th minute comes, United got a corner, got headed out, and Eriksen crosses the ball to an unlikely person, Harry Maguire, and he nodded it in. And through the offside technology, it was pretty close. He was literally just onside, and United take the lead. So the also that actually works is semi-automated, not the VAR officials who draw out the lines on the wrong person or get it all completely wrong. This is why this should be in the Premier League, because they get accurate every time. And plus, it's not run by the people; it's run by a computer. So you get what I mean. So I don't want to talk about Harry Maguire after this, but yeah. So it's like we're advanced to 94th minute. It was still 1-0. 4 minutes of added time was displayed. McTominay kicked the opponent in the face from a corner, and a penalty was given. And it could go horribly wrong for United, from winning the game to feeling like a big defeat, big blow for the chances to leave the group. And, well, in steps Andre Onana, the ridiculed man, mistake after mistake in the Champions League so far. Not had the best of starts in United, as I said. I had a bit of confidence in Onana with him, trying to save a penalty. We've seen Sheffield United. He nearly saved it, but it was a good penalty. It went the right way. Even Galatasaray, when the penalty was horribly wrong, the penalty was terrible, dragged it so wide by Cardi, but he went the right way. So I can trust that Onana go the right way. But if he can save it, it's the big thing, because we all seen De Gea saving penalties being so horrible, right? 11 penalties against Villarreal, can even save one. And United went on to lose the final. Ironically, him missing. And since that, De Gea saved 3 penalties. I think 3 penalties. One against West Ham, 94th minute, to win the game. Watford, when it was 0-0, United absolutely crumbled, lose 4-1. Ollie's last game. And his final Premier League game against Fulham last season, where he saved Mitrovic, his penalty. And this is, at the same time, I think Onana can save it, but the De Gea side of me, he can't. So now the penalty, 97th minute, was taken. Onana has saved it. Onana saved the penalty. All the teammates go and hug him. Immediately, he didn't even celebrate because he was that focused on the corner, as his teammates were all busy celebrating. But then there was no need for that. The referee blew the whistle straight away. And United, fortunately winning out of Harry Maguire's goal and Andre Onana's penalty. And now, I want to talk about Harry Maguire this time. Harry Maguire, being on the bench all of last season, having the captaincy taken away. Him, in my opinion, he should have left for West Ham in the summer. I still stick by that opinion. I thought him, not leaving United was just arrogance at the time. But I'll give him credit where it's due. He never complained to the manager, never criticised him in public, and he just worked hard. He worked hard, added motivation, and when he got his chance, he actually took it. Brentford, he played good. He got the assist for McTominay's winner. Sheffield United got given man of the match. But it's against that type of opposition where we can see the better side of Maguire, no problem. And him, being better. And I can't get my words out. And he can play good against Sheffield United and Luton and Burnley. Another game that United struggled. And also Copenhagen, he got the winning goal. And I was happy for him. I was really happy for him. I mainly criticised Southgate was, him taking likes of Maguire and Phillips, who don't even play for their teams. But Maguire, if he can keep this going until the November internationals, I can be, you know what, he can go and start for England. Because he's playing for his club. And that's why it's a big problem with Southgate, because he chooses favourites. But when his favourites are playing, then I got no problem and are in form. So we'll see what happens with Maguire against Man City, against Haaland and Grealish, Foden, Alvarez, the lot. We'll see how he really is in these type of games, because I think he'll start against City, but another side of me is like, I'm a bit concerned about it. I'm very concerned about him playing against Man City, Newcastle, Liverpool. Yeah, it's going to be a bit long, but I'll give him a chance, because he has been playing well, and if he can keep that run for the rest of the season, then maybe I might change my mind and thinking that he can stay. But we'll see. And I think another key factor is the captain not being taken off of him. I think that's had a huge ton of pressure off of him, because in January 2020 he was literally given up captaincy after being there for a matter of months. He could have given it to De Gea or someone else, but ultimately taking the captaincy to Bruno Fernandes was the best option for both sides. So, and because of that, I think he can play better, and that's a correct decision. And we'll just see what goes on there with Maguire and Onana, and hopefully this is like a turning point for both of them. But at the end of the day, United have to do much better. This cannot continue. These, like, going toe to toe with these type of teams cannot continue in the slightest. If it's gonna happen, they're gonna get panned by elite teams like Man City if this continues, which I will not be surprised if that happens. But again, if it does go horribly wrong, they get knocked out of Champions League, they're out of Carabao Cup, the mid-table in the Premier League, manager should go, because this literally cannot continue. How many times have fans said the football's horrible, it's boring this season? A lot have said that. I'm one of them. Seeing United plays horrible, non-enjoyable, disgusting at times, struggling against lots of Sheffield United and Burnley, Sheffield United. What about Luton? Even that, Luton doing well better than I thought. But we'll see what happens. And now finally, I want to talk about Sandro Tonali. In the last video, I talked about his struggle with gambling addiction and what I think will happen. And now, today being Thursday, 26th of October, it's been announced that Tonali will be banned from football for 10 months. And we'll have to do like an 8-month therapy session on gambling. But he'll be allowed to play friendly matches and train with the first team, but he's not allowed to play like Premier League, all the competitive stuff. As long as Tonali gets the help that he needs to quit his gambling addiction, that'll be all good. And also he'll be banned for Euro 2024 if Italy qualify, which is basically going to happen. But it'll be another big shock if they don't. But I will not be surprised if Italy do not qualify. And I hope Tonali can come back stronger. Because I genuinely believe he has a gambling addiction. Him being at casinos, having a profile of a gambling website, he for me has a gambling addiction, and for him to fix it with the therapy sessions and whatnot, and to steer him in the right direction, that'll be beneficial for both him and Newcastle. But Newcastle losing out on Tonali for the next few months is a big blow for them. And one more thing to add. If Newcastle didn't know that Tonali had a gambling addiction, then I don't think that, if they knew, they would not have signed him. But in my opinion, I think AC Milan knew about it, and that's why they sold him. Not for financial reason, just because of his gambling addiction. And now, I just hope that anyone who has a gambling addiction can get it sorted and steer them in the right direction of life. And that is it. That's it for today. That's what I want to talk about regarding the news. And thanks for watching. Like and share. And subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I've been going on for a bit too long with the yapping. I'm going to stop now. And I'm going to see you next video for another news or reaction. I'll see you then.